Hello, all my Aquarians. Welcome to your full moon in Gemini reading. And that Gemini full moon is going to be happening on December 18th, bringing in some beautiful energy that is causing us to embrace the flow of life. And it's giving us a little shh to have us talk less, sit back, listen more, and be aware, be the observer. And that helps us transform as we see some things that we didn't see before. And that allows us to transform like our chaos that we're experiencing, these feelings of lack, into this beautiful place of gratitude and seeing peace and love. And I found this beautiful affirmation for this full moon in Gemini, and it says, I share kind, loving words with the people in my life. So if we're sharing unkind or unloving words with the people in our life, this allows us to transform it into this place of love instead. So I really like that when I came across that. We of course are going to pull some more cards here. We're going to start off with pulling a card from the Star Codes Astro Oracle. This will represent what the Creator wants you to know for the entire 3-week period around this full moon, which is the week before and the 2 weeks after. All right, Creator, so for our Aquarians, all of our Aquarians, what would you like them to know? Okay, there we go. So you got the Cancer sign and immerse. So beautiful card there, card number 4. We'll put that right here. And let's see what message comes with this one. So, of course, the Cancer sign is symbolized by a crab who asks us to dive deep into the sea of emotion and come back home again. The crab always carries its protective shell, however. And this moon-ruled cardinal water sign signifies nutrition in and out of the body and is connected to the breasts and stomach. And the sun shines here June 21st to July 22nd. So if those dates mean anything specifically for you, we'll see if, what we're going to pull more cards, of course. So if those dates signify anything, to see how they apply as well. Now, the action around this card, it says, be the emotional leader and connect with the parent archetype. If you're in need of parenting yourself, reach out to the Divine Mother and Father, to the earth beneath the sky above, and feel held. Once you feel fed by Spirit, it becomes easier to accept the ordinary human limitations of the people around you. I love that. If you're called to parent others in this situation, whether in love or work, do so with a balanced approach of honest feedback and support and self-care. Nurture without enabling. Model what you want others to do. Nourish the connections with your chosen family and tribe. Nourish bodies, gardens, communities, and your temple's hearth. Cancer calls us to deepen our relationship to home, but not to get stuck in this protective shell. If you need more out of life, you'll have to leave this safety to find what you need. Find a home base or a safe place within your soul, and from that safety, be ready to brave exploration and risk caring with all your heart. And the challenge that comes with this energy during this 3-week period is that crabs are hard on the outside, but soft and squishy on the inside. Remember that the very defenses you think will keep you safe may actually keep important people out. So soften your shell, because you have a backbone and are not protected solely by an exoskeleton. I love that. So you have this inner strength. You don't have to worry about the defensive walls because you are truly so much stronger on the inside than you've been taught to believe. And the gift that this card brings is that be aware of the psychic pool in which you float. If you feel tossed by the waves or battered by the anxiety of those around you, dive down deeper and find the calm below. Float in the ocean of collective consciousness and feel cradled, nurtured by the Divine Mother, fed and cuddled. beautiful. I love that. So you got basically the ruler of, it's ruled by the moon. So with this full moon, this energy is going to be pretty emotional, which I know, I'm in a Aquarius sun sign, so I understand our tendency to get into our heads. We are very emotional beings too. We have these emotions deep inside of us, but we're very good at segregating and compartmentalizing them. This is about embracing that during this time, and dive deep into our emotions, realizing we don't have to have, this big wall to protect ourselves, but because we are, like I said, very much stronger. We're going to pull from these Tarot of Dreams, and we're going to look into each of the 3 weeks of this full moon, the week before, the week after, and 2 weeks after, just to see what else the Creator wants us to know here. So for the first week before the full moon, okay, there's one. What else? Okay, and they want those two. All right, very good. And then the week after the full moon, they want that one and that one. And then what about 2 weeks after the full moon? Okay. Any others? Okay, I guess so. All right, and then they just want this one for the kind of a summary for the 3 weeks as well. So, and they want, I've been doing this one last, but they told me do that one first, so we will do this one first. Yeah, 9 of Coins. So this is like the 9 of Pentacles and other tarot decks. And this is just about your outside world, feeling this wholeness, completeness, but this self-independence, which totally makes sense with this card here, because this is all about finding your worth from within, because you're in this garden by yourself, except for you have your little feathered friends here, which represent your, the other realm, your support team, your posse on the other side. So all that large group of beings of unconditional love and light, like your, of course, the Creator and Spirit, but like your guardian angels and angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones who are on the other side, your ancestors, unicorns, fairies, whatever you believe those beings of unconditional love and light are, they're there with you to help you through this process. So you're never alone, but this is about finding all this independently of everything, of everyone else and everything else going on outside you. So let's take a look here. The week before this full moon, you've got the Knight of Coins, so the Knight of Pentacles, and so you do have this movement that's happening in your outside world, but it is the slowest moving night out of 3, because the other 3 nights deal with our emotions, our thoughts, and our kind of ambition or spark. So all those things are inside us. Those things happen fast, but it takes time for it to seep out into the outside world. So this is kind of like this little, be patient. There is movement happening, but it is, cyclical. You've got 3 months of winter, 3 months of spring, 3 months of summer, 3 months of fall, right? So it is about, just be aware, change happens from the inside out. So it's going to take a little time for you to see the impact in the outside world, but you got a lot going on the inside. Yeah, because you got the 7 of Cups here. So emotions, and like we talked about with this Cancer sign here, you've got all this choice of what you want to feel about these situations. And I really, the message that they want to kind of focus on for this reading, for this card, is that you came here to experience all these emotions. So don't be afraid to feel the wrong emotion, the negative emotions, the shadowed emotions, the fears, because you came here to experience those. Because in experiencing the kind of the shadow, darker emotions, you understand the lighter emotions so much more clearly. It's like, you're always breathing air on the earth, usually. And so, we as humans anyway, but we don't realize air's all around us and that we're breathing air till you're 6 feet underwater and you're looking up at the surface going, up there, that is air. There's no air to breathe for me down here as a human. So now I understand what it is, and I want to move more back to it. And so this whole experience of having experienced underwater, you understand and appreciate more when you're outside breathing that beautiful air. And so this is what this is telling you for that week before. Yeah, and here's the Three of Cups. So all about celebrating gratitude, like we talked about, for that Gemini energy. We're transforming and seeing what we can be grateful for. Grateful for feeling, any emotion. This also holds a special meaning for me, which when we're talking about these winged, support in our posse, the Three of Cups for me also represents our spiritual realm and the spiritual beings on the other side. So this is definitely about taking that time to connect to those beings on the other side. They speak to us, and they are on the frequency of unconditional love, joy, laughter, and peace. And so if you select to feel those during this week before, that's when you'll be able to really more clearly hear the messages from the other side too. So beautiful message for you there, which brings you into the week after the full moon. So the full moon happens, and then this is the week after. Palace of Swords. So palaces are specific only to this deck. Tarot normally doesn't have palaces. Here's the Ace of Swords here, and this is air, which you are an air sign. So this is all about developing this safe place within your thoughts and your beliefs and your thinking, where you feel safe and you feel secure with all that. So this is this realm in which you live. And here, I think I was going to say that looked like the moon to me, but it has a giant ring around it, so I don't think that's the moon. But definitely, this is connecting to the foundation of your beliefs about your worth, your beliefs about who you are. With this Nine of Coins, this has to do with how you perceive your worth from the outside world. And so this is allowing you to really dig into that and get into that and feel safe with that too. And then here you are. So that makes total sense, like what I was saying, because this is the Aquarian card. This does represent you in the major arcana. You are the water bearers. Even though you're an air sign, you bring these beautiful, loving waters to the world. And so this is really, like I was saying, this is about you becoming comfortable with who you are, and just that awareness of the character you chose to be here as well. This is about immersing yourself. The living waters, these, the gift that Aquarians bring to the world is that these living waters is the unconditional love of the Creator. It's what we are truly thirsty for, and that's the gift that Aquarians bring, is they allow you to taste a little bit of that mystery, that little bit of the hidden world, that beautiful unconditional love, and then it allows you to go, oh, this is so good compared to what I have been drinking. And so it allows you to see what you're truly thirsty for. And so embracing this side of who you are, that Aquarians allow people to see things from a different perspective, it's kind of, they usher in the old ways of doing things are no longer working out, and then you bring in the new ways of looking at things, the new ways of doing things. And so I feel like you're not vocalizing that yet. I mean, you're really going through this journey of understanding yourself and digging into these emotions. With all this Cancer and Moon, you're really understanding yourself and what you really want to do and how you want to do it, but you're not vocalizing it yet. It's like this is that listening, sitting back and listening portion where you're really, during these 2 weeks, just being still, really connecting to your inner world, taking time to yourself to connect to the other world too. And that allows you to really discover, usually when anyone else gets this card, it's about connecting to your higher self. You are this star being, you are this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love, coming down here and taking on this little avatar, this character, to go through this life, to learn and to grow and to experience all these emotions like we talked about. So beautiful connection to yourself, this taking ownership of who you are, and that almost sounds too responsibility like. It's not like ownership, it's like coming into awareness of who you really are and what you want to do. So I love that. Yeah, which brings you into the Six of Coins. So more of this coins and pentacle energy, where you realize that this is the giving and receiving card, that you have so much that you can connect to. You fill up with all this, and then you become this water bearer. But you don't, it's not like you're carrying around a vessel like you are the vessel. You fill up and it overflows. You don't pour out that. You just be and sit in that power, and that just, because of who you are, you just fill up with it and it overflows. So you are whole and complete. And then you also have the moon energy here again. And then that brings you into the King of Cups. Cups is the emotions. Here's that cup that you are, because this is the highest emotion that you can experience, which is the unconditional love of the Creator of all things. This is you, your emotions. This is that love, and allowing that to fill you up and overflow. This would be, the masters of, that would include the, the sign of, I was going to see if they have the Cancer sign in here. No, but here's your Aquarian symbol here. But they definitely, this is about you filling up and overflowing that love out to the world. So, the water signs being, of course, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. This would be, mastering those beautiful emotions and allowing you to fill up with that and overflow out to the world. So I definitely love that popped up here for you. Yeah. And then you have the Eight of Cups, and then that definitely is the moon there, right? Yeah, that's the moon. So you definitely are using this energy. This Eight of Cups is about you leaving behind those emotions that no longer serve you and moving into the emotions that do. So you've experienced a lot of these darker emotions, but they've served their purpose. They've done their duty, and you're ready to move into being this bearer of new emotion, this bearer of light, bright emotion. So this really is about connecting to this foundation, to this higher being that you really are, and becoming so just connected with that, just so familiar with it, that you just allow yourself to be. I feel like there's like all this doing from the past, and I think that's why this patience card kind of came in here too, is you don't have to worry about all this outward activity. Simply being you is going to be enough, and anything you do beyond that is just going to be awesome. You're receiving and giving. You're balancing that. You don't feel like you have to give, that you get to receive this beautiful love that fills you up, and then you're just so happy. You just sit in that, and it just fills you up and overflows out to you. But I really feel like this is the big piece here, is connecting to the other side, taking time out, taking time away in this silence to connect to your higher spiritual side, because that's what's going to transform everything else. Because you'll get this little, like right around this full moon, the week after especially, you're going to have this like aha, and just going to be sitting in this beautiful, beautiful energy of it. So I am loving this, because like I said, I'm a Sun Aquarian too, so I'm excited for this next stage that we're being pulled into here, or being offered, not really pulled into, right? All right, well, I'm going to leave the reading there. I do want to let you know, in addition to these readings, I also do monthly readings by each zodiac sign, weekly energy updates by each of the elements, like air signs and water signs and fire signs, etc., new moon, full moon readings, and a couple other readings throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be notified immediately when they become available, if you haven't done so already, just click the subscribe button down below, and that's going to make this notification bell pop up. And if you click on that, That'll take you to your settings, and you just select to be notified immediately. Also, if you're enjoying these readings, if you don't mind giving me a thumbs up and clicking that like button, that helps the YouTube algorithm just present these videos to other people as well. So if you want to help share the love and share the messages, then if you feel led to do so, just give it a little like, and I greatly appreciate you doing that. All right, well, as you go throughout life and every second of every day, please know that you are indeed unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing 3-week period around this full moon in Gemini, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. But until then, you take care.